get back into the mindset for Da Vinci. I'm not even sure if I'm still there. My mind is just thinking about deconstructing ships. But that will come later. For now, let's get the old noggin jogging with some puzzling. So we're in the slums of Milano.
Clown. Buzz off.
And it seems that we're not particularly welcome here. These Itai thugs aren't very happy with me. These men seem angry. I'll need to either come later or bypass them. Well, let's bypass them. Or let's grab this chain and beat the snot out of them. Okay, well, I'm giving the people here even less reason to be happy with me. What do we have here? Some kind of mechanism for the gate? Looks about right. There we go. Unlocking the door before we even realize it's locked. Filthy rats and flies, probably corpses in here. Or worse. Ew. Can I steal this, or do I just knock and say hi?
You, Giacomo. They're waiting for you upstairs.
I knew a lot of English in Italy in the 16th century.
Don't worry. Don't keep them waiting.
I was more thinking how to steal those keys without you noticing. It feels like I'm walking around in Kingdom Come Deliverance here. The doors very much remind me of that. Right, can I? Okay, no, where are we going back now? We're on a hunt to find Leonardo da Vinci. I don't particularly know why. But I'm sure it's not important. Oh, we drew a very flattering picture of him. I suppose he was rather eloquent in his own way. Can't wait for Hard Space Shipbreaker Bangladesh DLC. Oh man, I try not to think about the Hard Space Shipbreaker game.
Tell me, what do you think about all this? Giacomo! God be praised! I knew you could do it, but I was still worried. Did you bring the chronicle? We were successful after all. Just as I hoped. The chronicle records the whole history of this secret order, this Ordo Justitalis. I will need a moment to find what we are looking for, but this is immensely interesting. I should probably introduce you. Next to me stands my great friend and advisor. I owe much to him and consider him the most erudite friar in the whole clergy. Honorable Luca Bartolomeo Paciali.
Don't exaggerate, Leonardo. You underrate my brothers.
That is not my intention, but it is still my opinion. And before us is my disciple and assistant, about whom I have spoken so much. A man possibly brought to me by fate itself to help me carry the weight of my burden. Messer Giacomo Andrea de Ferrara.
I greet you, Giacomo. Please, don't blame Leonardo for his bluntness. He couldn't wait to read the chronicle. I'm sure you've noticed that when he gets like this, there is no talking to him. Sit down, have a bite. You must be tired after your journey. We have a veritable feast here. Vegetables, pastries, fruit. More vegetables. Well, your master isn't the funnest person in the world, but you surely noticed that as well.
Luca makes fun of me often, but this time I'm really not able to find out where the point is hiding. He would do better to focus on real problems.
See? Just like I said. But seriously, real problems. I'm sure Leonardo told you how once upon a time he met Cesare Borgia with members of a secret society. They brought fragmented plans for some strange machine and asked him to construct it for them. At first he agreed, but when he found out what a terrible weapon the machine could become, he decided not to give it to them.
I see. There can be no more doubt. The secret society was indeed Ordo Justitalis. They also had plans for the time machine, however incomplete, because in the past they had a similar time machine, so why did they need my help?
Either way, in the end, Ordo Justitalis took the machine from the Tower of Badia Fiorentina, shortly after Leonardo used it, and just moments after you did as well, Giacomo, when you tried to save your very life from the half-crazed Borgia who took your glove before you came to. I wonder what the story was with the Duke. When they came with the plans, he seemed to have a position of power within the Order, but after your escape to Florence, they didn't cooperate at all. And that's something we should thank Providence for, because until Ordo Justitalis obtains one of the gloves, they can't use the machine, even if they are able to reconstruct it.
Aha! Here, right at the end of the chronicle. But the year 1465 after Christ came. And for the order of the justice, the world was never the same. During that event, their time machine, which they'd called the Gate of the Temple of Wisdom, must have been damaged. That is why they needed my help.
So, to summarize, the Order took Leonardo's time machine, and we don't know where. Borgia took Giacomo's glove, and we don't know where. At least, we still have the one Leonardo came with, which is broken. Seriously, gentlemen, and I say this as your friend, you should start looking after your things.
That would be an excellent analysis, Luco, if not for the sarcasm and one small mistake that I will correct in a moment. But before that, could you give me the glove?
Here it is. Pretty, but broken.
Fortunately, that does not matter at all. There is one thing I haven't told you yet, my friends. When Borgia came to me all those years ago, he had not only those incomplete plans to build a time machine, but also 3 ampules with a strange liquid. I don't know where they came from, but they react to open the gate of time. Thanks to them, I can determine where the gate should take us. 1 ampule is set in each glove, and 1 in the Oculus Perpetua. Each of them, when set correctly, will allow us to jump through the gate a maximum 15 years in time. This means that if we wanted to get travel back to the original time machine in the year 1465, 45 years in the past, we would need all 3 of them.
So you insist that we need to destroy the original time machine? Completely wipe it from history? No matter the risk, no matter how hard it might be?
As long as the Order has the plans and the will to use it, mankind will never be safe from the invention. I regretted having started working on the time machine. But what do you think would have happened if I had sent them away?
I suppose they would try to find someone else? But I'm sure that nobody else would be able to finish it with such incomplete plans.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. But if not now, then what about in a year, 10 years, 1,000 years? Sooner or later, someone would do it. All it would take would be one moment of weakness and a great deal of naivety, or bad intentions, and the world as we know it could cease to exist. No, my friend, trust me that there is no other way. The machine should never have been in human hands.
You are right, Leonardo. I know you have thought about it for a long time, and I trust that your decision is not made lightly. I think I can speak for the both of us when I say that we stand behind you. Well, I think it is high time that we told Giacomo the whole truth about why we met here.
All right. It is true that we don't know where the time machine is, but we know how to get the 3rd ampule because Borgia will surely keep the glove close. And we do know where he is hiding. just across the street, in the tall building.
You couldn't have found a better hiding spot. No normal person would step foot in this neighborhood. Marco was rather surprised when he saw him here. Marco is the jolly man who welcomed you downstairs. He has a lot of friends around, and they learned that Borgia's hideout is very well prepared for, uninvited guests. But right next to it is a burnt pub. Perhaps it would be possible to get inside through that.
Just before you arrived, Marco informed us that Borgia left. We have a unique opportunity to get in and take the glove. Giacomo, out of all of us, you are best suited for this task. We leave it in your hands. Be careful.
Holy Christ, that went on for a while. And it really highlights one of the strengths of this game, that it hasn't had any long talking moments like that at all. Well, until now. Hopefully that's the last we see of that for a long time. Maybe even for the rest of the game. Okay, let's get our puzzling groove on. Find more repeating crossbows to load up and destroy things through time with. And yeah, it's rather impressive that they had this time machine and they used it to be able to get corn. Corn for 15th century Italy. Did we record this in our chronicle? Ah, there's Happy Friar Man. The textures in this game are really good, but the character models are the Guild 3 tier. And that's not a flattering thing to say. The Guild 3, a game I tried so hard to love and failed immensely. I have just remembered now that this game is incredibly dark. I don't know how dark it is for you watching at home, but for me I can pretty much just see this part. So I am going to make the background of my PC a solid black so that my desktop doesn't blind me for what I'm about to do. And what I'm about to do is almost unthinkably adjust the brightness of my screen from 0, yeah, I used to keep it on 2, now I keep it on 0, all the way up to 25. That's great, feels like sunburn on the eyes. But now I can actually see. Ooh. Although I'm not sure there's anything that I can do here. No indication of anything to look at other than remarking on that it's all busted. Surely your mistake was not playing it in German, Jake. Oh. I didn't think there'd be much dialogue to even have in German. So nowhere else to go? It seems strange to have a dead end where we only say, "Oh, I cannot pass." I must have been missing something. Must be missing something, he says. Would have thought there'd be something to remark upon the bits on the ground there, but no. Also, this isn't a challenge run or anything. Nothing saying we can't have a bit of a group effort. Although that plea often lands on deaf ears. I love the Guild 3, even though I don't want to, so I have the opposite problem to Jit. Really, I tried so hard to love the Guild 3. It wasn't a complicated situation. I just wanted to run a really nice and profitable inn whilst having a bit of political backstabbing going on in the back rooms. But it was just so agonizingly painful. One of the more half-baked games I can think to ever having played, but is that surprised? Horribly delayed? Switched between different developers? Completely barricaded, huh? He keeps turning us around when we go this far, as if to say we have to go up there. Can't grab a brick or anything, can I? Perhaps the... Aha! Right. Foolish me, I forgot about the chronosphere. Then again, I thought I would hear... Oh, hang on. If you listen closely... You don't hear anything. Okay, I thought I heard the wind. But no, I should have just used this. I forgot all about you. So we're currently in 1508 with Smiley Sun Face. And now we go over to... Ow, my eyes. Now we go over to not 1508. Back when the roof had not collapsed. And now we can influence the past. Even though we were just talking about how we want to destroy a time machine to stop people from doing just this, because all it takes is one bad egg, and the world as we know it may not exist. How tragic. Is this how it all happened? Some cats were playing around with the meat, stumbled over a candle, and that must be some very potent drink they also camped over if it's going to start a fire. We're gonna do anything about it? You know, just pick up the candle or put out the fire or mop up the juice? No, not until we solve 15 puzzles to... Oh, yeah, this is how we do it. Let's not be sensible. What would we want them to do? These are all just cuts of meat, are they not? What if there was nothing for them to go for? What is this? Oh, it's not a cut of meat at all, is it? Are you full of drink? Well, whatever you're full of, I can't seem to crack you open. But I imagine what I want to do is have that pour whatever it has out on top of all this to put out the fire. And hopefully it's not just even more flammable liquids in there. Is that gonna cut the mustard? Well, it's not gonna do diddly because it's locked shut. How do I unlock you? This bit doesn't come through. Doesn't seem to be anything I can do unless I unlock it, and I have no items. Any items kicking around here? Also, a very elaborate machine just to rotate some cuts of meat by about 1.5 feet. This fire still hurts, even if it is frozen in place. Ah, we can get to the back here. Although it's very dark. Very dark indeed. I can't see anything we can interact with. Oh, hello, hello. The way is barred. Not just me, though. This is very dark, right? Can even be done. Not a single item I seem to be able to pick up. This is the only thing I can really interact with. The water skin and the little rotation wheel for the water skin. Your elf eyes see something else I can get? Perhaps inside here there's a... Aha! Handle with 2 protrusions. Meow, we're talking. That's going to put out the fire, avert the risk. And no longer shall this place break down. Oh, the cats have waddled off as well. Perhaps now we simply... Oh, we've already gone back to the future, the near future. Okay, here we go. No cats. I mean, it's sad to think about, but cats don't live that long. They're probably no more. Wait, what? We're just gonna climb up the chimney? Good lord, we're tough. It's not an unreasonable place to hide something this big. It wasn't easy, but I got into the house where Borgia hides in Rome. It wasn't that difficult. I just needed to find one key. The room is dominated by a large map of northern Italy, obviously important to him. I need to proceed further. You could have fooled me that it's northern Italy. Bologna would be a bit of a giveaway. I'm not familiar with Imola or Forli or Bibbieno. Okay, everyone knows San Marino. And Urbino, of course. And Lucky Lucca. Is this really what the Italians think of as northern Italy? There's no Milano. Okay, this looks like something I want to set fire to. And what have we here? Looks like it needs a cross-shaped implement jammed into it. Be amusing if this was some kind of slider puzzle to assemble Italy. But I'm relatively certain everything is in the right place already. Shouldn't look at maps, it's going to make me want to play strategy games. It's been a long time since I've really sunk my teeth into a big old strategy game. I was trying out Nobunaga's Ambition, but the tutorial was less than appealing. Alright, one coat of arms, one letter, written in fancy curly writing, so I'm not huge on trying to read it, but we know it's from the Vatican. Good enough. And that's a cross-shaped backing to a degree. I'm going to shove you in here and see what you can do for me. What? Good grief, what is this contraption doing? Okay. What's the implication here? Oh yeah, you're right, Dominions. That's right around the corner. Just about 2 weeks away. What am I meant to be getting out of this? Actually, with the design on it, it kind of looks like a Dominions 4 map. I was never keen on the Dominions 4 map overlay. I really like the look of Dominions 5 map. Oh, that's promising. Okay, we solved it somehow. I don't know. I don't know how or why that was solved. Perhaps there's some pattern that I should be noticing here, but I'm certainly not. Ah, the orb! The Orbulon. Right. Looks like you'd sit in just fine there. We already ascertained that you did not. Ah, because it differentiates between the lightened and darkened parts. Huh. This is making life even less clear. I wonder if the arrow means anything. Oh, okay. It's like that, but rotated. It's like that, but inverted. No. You. San Marino. San Gimignano. That sounds made up. Real bizarre devices in this game. I'm completely lost on what this is meant to be achieving. Perhaps only Borgia could understand. Okay. All that to grab ourselves a bizarre lockpick. How is that a lockpick? I guess those old styly heavy key locks. I don't know the name of this kind of lock contraption. Certainly no pin tumbler. Maybe that'll be helpful. Maybe it'll get me into here. You sure that's a lockpick? I think I would just call that a key, personally. Especially since we're not keeping hold of it. Alright, what have we down here? Ooh, treasure. Barrels of stuff. Yes. It's a contraption, sure. Something gets locked into place, probably has some kind of pattern stamped on it. I need to light you up to explore a dark reach, but for now we can kind of see this chest. And if I had to guess, that little contraption over there is going to stamp down some sort of pattern that will tell us what to do with this to unlock the chest. For until then... I mean, it's just wood. You just punch through that. Can't grab a drink? What a shame. Well, phooey, we got all the way down here, and there doesn't seem to be an item. Can't interact meaningfully with you. Not until I load you up with something, I imagine. That's strange. It locks that in. Perhaps I need to use this oil candly thing elsewhere first. Wood hard to punch through, though. Oh yeah, I suppose we are playing as some crumbly old man. I did think that that needed to be set fire to, so perhaps if I just light you off of the... No? Okay. Oh, hello. Did I completely pass you by when I first came in here? Another bizarre contraption. What sort of deadly device is this? Jinx, nothing ever just works around here, does it? Not until we do its maths homework. I wonder if the implication is that the oil lamp actually lacks oil, of all things. Because there's a little container there, as if to say, hey, you could fill up. Alright, check this. Maybe the letter actually had some important information on it. Leadership of the Papal Army. Please, diplomatic skill, managed to integrate the army, the French king, troubles, mercenaries, the French. How are the plans going that you gave to Master? Leonardo. It's a big job, but it is imperative. Oh, there's that word again. Imperative. That you have control over the progress of the work. Okay. Thank you, Pope. Perhaps I need to head back down the chimney? No, that's not an option. This doesn't appear to do anything anymore, although you... Oh! Were you already ready to go? What a very elaborate way to bring fire over here, considering we have some candles right there. Uh-oh. Jings, okay. I hope we're writing that down in our little book here. Yes, yes we are. My guess was correct. I've marked squares on the map. I'm sure I'm one step closer to discovering Borgia's secrets. Not convinced we're even the good people here. Let's grab these strange contraptions. Okay, no, we're not getting the... Oh, crumbs, what's this thing called again? I used it plenty. But the name escapes me. The weird hand drill we're not using either. No, rotary handle tool. Rotary handle tool. What is it when it's a compass, but both the ends are just metal tips for preserving distance? Kind of like calipers, but used for technical drawing. Heaven help me what I meant to do with you. But perhaps this information and the device can be used down in the basement? Yeah, the all-powerful metal seeing orb was of no use. At least not that I've noticed so far. And it could not see behind the curtain. Curtain was too powerful. Oh, I could try to open this. Try and fail. Huh. What am I meant to do with you? Have we found anything that needs a narrow implement shoved into it? But it's so narrow. What is that up there? Oh, that was just holding some of the tools that were running around here, strangely. Some kind of narrow cavity. Doesn't fit in here at all. Good heavens, what is this thing? It doesn't appear to do anything else for me. Actually, is it possible that we lay it down on top of this? Looked like it might be promising, but no. What about if you were set back? Also no. What a great sound effect. Oh. Yeah, that won't fit. I need some kind of piece of paper or something. Maybe my book? No, I couldn't tear a scrap of paper out and put the book in there. Oh, but certain I need some kind of piece of paper. Have you tried Car Mechanic Simulator, Jake? I found it in my piles of games. It's surprisingly fun. Fix cars, earn money. Control scheme is garbage, though. Don't I even own that game? I have Car Mechanic Simulator 2018, which I have not touched. Some very unfinished business here. But I don't know how or what or where. Sure enough, you don't fit in here. Can't clamp you to any of these other parts. Anybody noticed some narrow hole needing a tool with rotary handle? And I don't think it's a tool I meant to disassemble in some way. No. It's relevant to the upstairs thing, says Acronymus. The thing. Now we got a number of things around here. Is there somehow a hole in here that I can lodge you into? Not that we can see. I'm going to take this back. No, it would be a handy device to hold on to, but no. There was a description for this game earlier when I was playing it, and someone said it seems less of a puzzle game and more of a hidden object game. And I'm certainly maintaining that position. Jeez Louise. What about that little hole there? No. Hmm. What can be done? Can anything be done? Am I meant to prize you off? Oh, okay. It's a very elaborate screwdriver. Okay. Yes, dominated by a large map of northern Italy. Now we draw a sketch of this thing. I gotta say, we're very good at doing fast, accurate pictures. Right, what could be done with you now, though? Now that you have been turned around. Can I use this now? Oh, you're still locked in place by this tiny little doohickey here. What has this done for me, though? Oh, that hadn't lost me about the only tool I've gotten so far. This thing? Ah, there's something missing from the machine. Is it perhaps this beady screw? Other stuff dropped to the floor, but doesn't look like we're interested in it. At least the beady screw, I'm pretty sure, just plugs right into the treasure chest. Well, it's just a chest. We don't know if there's treasure inside it. In you go. Righty-tighty. Does that allow me to just straight up open the thing? Oh, well that was simple. It's a scrap of paper. Oh, not quite. It's a metal card. Otherwise, a chest full of sand. Is that fire retardant? Okay, now, make way. That didn't work. If I had to guess, we need ink. And I do have to guess. Or... Oh ho! Oh ho, oh ho. Well, I immediately incorrectly put you down there. Is there a way to undo this? Okay, so 2, 3, and 4 on the top. 2, 3, 4, 2, 5. 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 1, and then 1, 5. 1, 5. Hurrah. Now, am I meant to slam this thing down, or is that a bad idea? What has this achieved? Mayhaps I can feed this into the device upstairs. It claimed it was missing something. Although where does it look like it can get such an item? Here? Perhaps feed it into you? Shove you closed? Shove you closed? We're doing something now. Don't know why this little bulbous thing is of particular interest. There's a switch missing from the base. I can't move it without it. Yes. How about this weird fanning contraption? Good grief. Did it say ammo casings? Ammo. Frightening. I wonder if we're going to get another turret section. Now, this opened up, and I don't know what for. Yeah, Da Vinci's going places. Already tired of the repeating crossbow, he now wants the Gatling gun. Alright. Oh god! I was just kidding. Alright, holy moly. It was a ruse all along. There was a hidden room adjacent to the hidden room. Boy, this Borgia guy. Secrets upon secrets with you. Looks like there's an item inside this. An item that I would rather like. Any item's a good item, but I'm blocked by you. Perhaps I need a little doohickey. That's a Gatling gun. I meant grenade launcher. Oh, lordy, right. I'm unsure on the purpose of a device like this. Oh god, I hope I don't have to do mixing and the like. My brain is not equipped for such things today. My brain is equipped for destroying ships. Being blocked by this device. Oh god. Nitra, hydrogen, soda. Strontian. I don't know these things. I'm not a chemist. Top of that, I'm being yelled at by chemists. Guess it got some really, really good sound effects. Did we make note of the grenade launcher? Went through a wall to a well-equipped lab. Great thinker. Strategist, but an alchemist? Oh, hold on, there was more to that. Several inventions of other scholars he employed in a similar way. Maybe it's just his desperation. No indication of anything that the chronosphere unlocks, but there's still this weird pumpkin device. I had to assume I meant to lock something in there, some kind of regent. Poor Dave's diver got pushed back again. That was always due for Saturday, and I'm pretty sure today is Friday. Hold on, there's a little doohickey here. Ah, but I can't touch it. Heavens knows. What about this device? Is this meant to measure the weight of something? It appears to have a weight inside it, but I can't lift this up. Tasrin says, I want to play Manor Lords. Well, I can't imagine there's a lot stopping you. Manor Lords. Why does my head tell me that that's an early access game? A lot of devices doing a whole lot of not much for me. What about these? Are these buttons? No. Jinx, all these doohickeys and I haven't been able to grab a single thing? That doesn't seem right. Anything I can interact with here? Well, there's you, of course. Yeah, that's right. I got an email about Manor Lords about 2 years ago, asking if I wanted to take part in some kind of alpha playtest of it. I think I emailed them and they never got back to me. Either that or they emailed me back and I completely missed it, which does also sound feasible. Anyway, early access, ergo no interest. It's a very simple rule. Okay, what isn't so simple is what I'm meant to do here. Can I go up the stairs? Ah. Perhaps all will be revealed up here. Ooh. Managed to get to the top floor, but only managed to escape the spinning blade at the last moment. But a little slower. They're not joking. I should proceed with extreme caution. Oh! But this is giving me some kind of bent wire. What can I do with it? I don't know. Can I investigate the scythe machine, though? Might not be the worst idea to prize one of those off. A makeshift weapon at the ready. Some rope. There's always use for old rope. Ah, the Nintendo Power Glove. Right, we want that, of course. But poetic about rotating scythes. Using them militarily may seem cruel, but it's perfectly fascinating. With the strength of ancient Romans, I could easily conquer all of Italy. Firearm. This is art. Not much use in real combat yet. With a little effort, could become my enemy's worst nightmare. This guy's got vision and ambition. That was not what I wanted. I wanted to get away from there. There we go. 2 red bits on this bent wire. Now, smashing through that. That's probably what I'd do, but our man here isn't interested. Is this a game of match 2? Okay, well I want that. Hooray, now match the snail things. Is this really a puzzle? Key in resin. What's resin? Is that like that sap stuff you get out of trees? Perhaps I need to melt you down using the acid downstairs. Mario 3 skills coming in handy. Well, no, I didn't cheat there, did I? I cheated in the Mario Match 3. If you could call it cheating, and I don't call it cheating. Maybe I can set the resin in here? No? Okay. Thought maybe if I spun it around enough, something might happen. Maybe I can crush the resin? No, okay. Starting to really think I need to melt it. Maybe I need to set you in here for now. Oh, those sound effects are so good. Alright, metal part. I immediately know what to do with you. We're going to unlock this and find out whatever is inside. Just make a mess on the floor and... oh, metal lattice. I can't think of a device that's been lacking that. Nothing comes to mind. Metal lattice, not to mention we've got our 2-pronged bent wire. No indication that any of it works here particularly well. What about over on the side? This doohickey. Can't shove the bent wire into there? No. I have a feeling I need some kind of cross-shaped implement to shove into there. Maybe I stamp this into another shape? No, that would be silly. Have I even tried interacting with you? Hang on, this looks like an ideal place for the bent wire to go into. And I can drag you down, open you up. And then grab some charcoal powder full of moss and leaves and twigs and God knows what else. Strange design on the switch. I imagine being trapped back in the early 16th century. There'd be no video games. I just pour the charcoal into here? No siree. I wonder if you could feasibly create some video games. Wouldn't be too hard to put some electricity to use, but from there, sounds tricky. No video games, but also no Brazil. Oof. What a trade. I don't think the switch would work here, and it does not. What's been lacking a switch? What has that design? Wouldn't think it would work here. The holes don't line up. Can I crush this down in here? No siree. I doubt there's anything to do back here. In this game, seldom do you need to backtrack. In fact, I'm not sure we've ever had to backtrack so far. What is going on here? What are you? None of this appears to be interactable. What is this? I didn't even notice you here. Ah, no, I recall you now. This weird rotating thing with the dragons and the gold and the whatnot, but I need some kind of square-based peg thing to shove in. I think I need to unscrew this. Tiny little weight to be gotten from inside. Feels weird to have gotten that charcoal, but not have anything obvious to use it on. In fact, I feel that way about all the items I've picked up. So many items, no obvious use for. Hmm. Yeah. No way to pick you up as best I can tell. Still not really sure what this is. This doesn't even look like something that could be interacted with. We do zoom in on it for some reason. Can't rub any of my items against it. Suppose if we got the Renaissance, we got some unemployed great thinkers to put to use. Maybe grab some knowledge of Greek fire before it dies out. Maybe there was something upstairs that I could still interact with. Although this does already look done and dusted. Key of sorts is needed, and again our dainty little fists are not up for the challenge. Yeah, well, the amount of screwdriver related items that we've used once and then just put back down. Never mind the fact that we found a lockpick, used it once on one lock, and then discarded it. Seems bizarro. Yeah, just a hammer. Even a ball bean hammer. Get through half of the puzzles here with brute force. It's not like we're being subtle about it. What, are we going to place this puzzle back up on the wall? Maybe I meant to mix the sandy stuff with the charcoal? No? Well, now I'm a little bit stumped. I can't even see where to use any of these items. My resin is in there waiting to be cooked. Any of these items here, can't interact with those buttons. This thing doesn't really turn much or do anything. Can't touch you. Can't attach this screw onto anything. Screw? What are we calling it? Switch. Can't interact with the switch here to change anything, can I? No. Don't know where we've seen this pattern. Can't do anything with the charcoal powder. No indication of what this metal lattice is for. I feel like at this point I've pretty much exhausted what there is to look at and rub against here. Perhaps I have missed something, or there's another device that I could be using. We can't go back down the chimney. Pretty sure I've put you to maximum use already. Already loaded up the grenade launcher. I don't think I'll need them anymore. Okay then. Look at the drawer on the desk. You mean this thing? Because I've not been able to interact with these at all. Unless you mean this larger drawer, which I've also not been able to interact with. No way to zoom on it or click on it and drag it out. And there have been attempts. Unless the switch can be used on it, or the lattice can be used on it, or the charcoal can be used on it. But no, not even the chronosphere can help me out here. Will agree it was quite queer, but it wasn't doing anything for me. What a satisfying sound. We're already completely done with this, surely? Yeah, I don't think we're meant to be going back to any of that. It's one thing to backseat, another thing to be backseat and wrong. Can I go behind this device? No. Next to the cabinet you opened, you have a similar piece you collected from there. What? Next to a cabinet you opened? I opened a cabinet? I opened this thing. I am out of ideas here. Just rubbing up against everything I can see. Oh, have you played this before, Anonymous? Perhaps this came up before. You did? Well, fancy that. I can't do anything with you. You are done and dusted. Nothing else to be done with you. Surely we are finished with this machine. Was there any unfinished business with you? Like getting my plate back? No, we don't think we need it anymore. Was there a wee doohickey on the chest? One of those trick chests that has more than it's letting on? Doesn't appear so. Can't imagine there's anything else to do with this thing. No. still able to look at this, even though we can't seem to interact with it anymore. It would be too clever to take back our little oil burner thing. Holy moly, what in the world do I do here? I decided to put the key in an ornate furnace in the lab. I don't think the resin will be able to endure the heat. I'll have to find some suitable fuel though. Well, I certainly did do that, but... Fuel, hang on. Perhaps the fuel that was used here can somehow be extracted. Perhaps using this. I'm not trying to put in the casings anymore. Hey. All right. Phew. Well done. I would have been there for another hour, says Cathy Lars. I'd like to pat myself on the back there, but even for me, that would be reaching. All right, let's fill her up. Buttercup. Was that truly necessary? Okay. Where and how can we use this container? Something that wants it screwed in from the top like that? Okay, we need to shake it all around. A filter, really? Oh, back in you go. Yes. Uh-oh. Okay. Da Vinci, what have you been doing? The holy hand grenade. Am I meant to shove that in here somehow? No. This just spins right round like a record, baby. I was able to obtain a sample of gunpowder. Now we can figure out what it's made of and modify it to light the boiler. Right, so 4 units of sulfur, 0 units of soda, 5 units of carbon, 2 units of nitra. Now I'm not going to remember any of that, but that's okay. This looks like it's the weight thing. And just grab ourselves a switch. Can I take this back? Open up the other one. Father is dead, and it wasn't a disease. More cities on my map. Okay, good for you. Doesn't sound like my problem. This switcheroo is still blocked, and I'm not entirely sure why. Also, what's the point in this rotary switch? Aha, square-based. Where did we need something square-based? In here. Not moving, is it? Is there something blocking you? Hmm. Hmm. Don't know what all that's about. Always sucks to get an item, you think, oh boy, progress, and it just locks you dead once again. How am I meant to make use of any of this stuff? Let's open this up, it seems to have a bit more utility. It also had these numbers, 5, 3, 4. Whatever that means. Hmm. 5, 3, 4, huh? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4. Ooh, hey! I've seen this appear in little flashlight games. Alright then, free the spider, shoot the spider. Release the lava. Yeah, open this up as well for the hell of it. Let out the water. Release a drawbridge. Let you out. Give you the gold. Yay! I was wondering if we were going to keep the nut. Whatever for. Powder flask. Does it contain powder? Perhaps I can put you to use. Where to rub that nut up against? Haven't noticed anything that's in dire need of it. You stopped 4 to the right and started left. You nearly brute forced it. Ah. Sounds like something I'd do. It didn't feel like direction was going to be important. But I guess I was wrong. Right, what is this thing all about? How do I release you? Like so, of course. Getting somewhere now. Once again, I need my weight on you to open these up. We'll start with 2. A little bit of brimstone. Close enough. Getting all sorts of items now. We're rich. Balled up piece of paper, again written in fancy writing. Pope Julius II, formerly known as something something, November 1503. P.S. If you care to know my recommendation, forget everything you've been through the last 10 years. Become a monk and find some peace. Peace of what? If only I had some kind of screw device. Well, nothing's getting lodged in there. Perhaps I need to crush up the brimstone. Hey. Alright, alright. What about this device? We ever get anywhere with you? Still looks like I need a cross-shaped thingamajigger to put into you, but you also seem to measure things out for me, which I imagine is going to be quite useful. What can be done with what I've gotten so far? Well, I imagine the next big step is to open that up and start measuring up my ingredients, but I need a device with which to do that, I reckon. What about this hook? Where have we seen it needs some kind of hook? On you, perhaps? Yes. And now I'd want to dangle some sort of weight off of you. Some sort of weight, perhaps with a ring on top to be able to attach to the hook. Just like that. Alright, so now we're at absolutely nothing. Metal symbol get. And I think I know where that can be used. No. Yes. A salt, pepper, and little bell thing. Strange key has strange design on it. Hey, you can make such incredible progress when you actually know where things are. I can open you up and fill you up with whatever. Also, let's go and crush our salt crystal. There we go, that's my kind of puzzle. Salt pepper, though. None of these are salt pepper, are they? Can I just shove this in here? What is this? That was a sulfur, right? How much sulfur do we need? The plus thing. 4 units of sulfur. I have a feeling I was meant to subtract a little bit of the sulfur using the other weighty thingamajigger. I'm going to put 4 in there and maybe find a way to get rid of the rest. And then measure how much it is here. Should be 10. Yeah, it looks kind of like 10. Ah, that's a lot of the stuff. 90. Question is, am I meant to keep the amount that I need on me to put in something, or am I meant to shove it in there? This doesn't look like it detaches, so maybe it's meant to go the other way. Okay, but the question is, what is that? Some kind of salty stuff. Is that this? It looks kind of white and salty. Single line down, nitra. I'll assume that's what nitra is. So I want to leave myself with 2 bits of it, right? Oh, God knows. Seems to be a little bit too much of it. If indeed that's the right item. I could see myself being here for a while. Mayhaps it needs to be shoved into you. I don't think it'll fit. Well, have you tried? Struggle to think of how it couldn't fit. Shove items into here? No. Let's see, I got 5 units of that, and that's the sulfur. And I apparently need 4, so maybe all I need to do is pump out 1 unit of it. And keep the rest. And then with that I can pretend that I have enough sulfur and salty stuff on me. And then I need 5 units of carbon, which I'm assuming we're treating this as, but it's impure. How do I filter out the purities? Also, am I meant to use it here? Red, huh? Also red. Also red. Well, that's not good, is it? Also red. Is there an order they're meant to go in, or have I just gotten the weights completely wrong? Did you read the blackboard? I did not. I didn't really want to. Hold on, can this be used here? No. Powder flask. Am I meant to somehow filter the charcoal through that powder flask? And if so, how can it be done? Some kind of filter. Sand is a filter. That's not having any of that. Can I shove it into here and then grind it out? Yeah, there we go. And are you going to now appear somewhere for me? Maybe this? Hey, there we go. Charcoal powder get. Apparently want 5 units of you, but that's not 5, that's only 3. I have something resembling an idea, though. I'm going to take this charcoal, I'm going to shove it over here. And it's going to say wrong. Then I'm going to open you up and shove you in here. Close you up. Shove out 1 unit of it. Take back what's left. And then I'm going to put you in here. And you're going to say, still wrong. I'm going to try the other ones just in case I need to put in some kind of order. Nah, it's all saying wrong. But that's okay. All we need to do is try again. In you go. Pump another unit out. Take back what's left. And if this doesn't work, maybe I'll finally read the blackboard. Oh, well, I think you'll find it works just fine. Well, isn't that excellent? But we're quite certain these other ones are not okay. But how do we make them okay? Alright. Num. You go in here. How much is in you? 4, huh? 4. That seems right, though. Maybe. We'll make you 5. And then with the salty stuff, what are you at? 1. That can't be right. How much can I pump you up to? I can pump you up to 6. I reckon it's either 6 or 4 for you. I'm going to bring you down to 4. Chemistry and maths. Yeah, I'm good at one of those things. That doesn't look very green. What about you? That also doesn't look very green. How about you? Not green at all. But maybe they weigh different amounts. Like if I were to weigh you here, perhaps it would show up differently. Is that good? Is that bad? I don't know. Take you out. And then... What is this 1 equals 15 weight? 1 unit of something weighs 15? About 2 units of the coal stuff seem to work for that, right? Yeah, maybe. But I think we need to use a different amount for this. I don't know, eventually something will work. Let's shove you in here. And then what do we want? More of it or less of it? I don't know, let's try less. Looking bad. Still looking bad. Even less. Maybe a lot less. I mean, how much salt could you really need to blast furnace some resin? Well, more than that, it seems. I will add a tiny bit more then. What do these mean? Oh, I think that's just the tube that it's being shoved over to. Not looking good, although I think I tried 2 before. Of course, now I'm not sure what other values I tried. I think I then tried 4, 3, and 2, and 1 now, so I guess we go higher. Up to 3, up to 4, up to 5. Hey, there we go. Alright, just you left to go. Now if that were 5 and that were 2, what can we discern from that? That this one needs to be 4. Oh, well, evidently not. Well, if it's not 4, it must be some other number. Although it's possible I was reading this wrong as well. Ah, it looks like 4 to me. Well, if it's not going to be 4, what should it be? You'd think we'd need a lot of sulfur, right? 5. It only goes up to 5, and that's where we were at. Alright then. I guess we're gonna go down to 3 and work our way down. Ah, see, there we go. Methodical approach. Works really well. You? Is it being pumped around this kink and then up into there? Madness. Anyway, we've got our powder. Let's go. The intended solution was using the ratios of the black powder to figure out what material is meant for each part of the ratio. You can then use the second set of ratios to get the right amount. And yet I was able to solve it without having to do any of that thinking. Who's the real winner there? It's me. Quite clearly me. Now, where do I set this thing? I took one look at that blackboard and thought, I don't want to think about this. And I got through without thinking about this. There we go. Besides, how could we be sure that it wasn't some kind of nefarious trap? We couldn't. Come on, melt that resin. That thing is scalding hot. Let's just pick it up with our bare hands. And now go and get the Nintendo Power Glove. Now, thinking is a resource. It's like money or years of your life. I could get by without paying it. I often will. Right, ups a daisy. Oh. Oh dear. I think Professor Layton got trapped like this once. Where's our very own Down Paolo?
Does the situation remind you of something? I guess it's fate that the betters should have power over the rest. And what about those two nannies of yours? Happily drinking in safety while they sent you into the lion's den. In your place, I would be upset. But I am not interested in your feelings. Just listen to me and then do as you are told. It's in your own interest. I heard you already met the Viper's Tangle, calling themselves a lofty Ordo Justitialis. That's good. What you don't know is that they are currently led by the Pope. He is the puppet master. He would be the one profiting if they got their hands on a working time machine. And I have very personal reasons to hate Pope Julius II. I had everything. I was the most powerful man in all Italy. But fortune is a fickle mistress. O fortuna variabilis. Julius II had his predecessor, and my father, Alexander VI, killed. He usurped the chair of St. Peter and misused the power of his station to take everything from me. My position in the order, my prestige and reputation, and even my domain. And thus, I bet everything on one last gambit. To obtain the time machine and reverse my destiny.
The budget run out at this point?
I'll give you the glove you seek. But I want something in return. I know you were too much of a coward to kill the Pope. Besides, I wouldn't let anyone take the pleasure from me. But I have another use for you, Giacomo. When my father was still alive, he appointed me to the Ordo Justitialis to find out more about the broken time machine and search for someone who could make it work again. It was then that we came to that Leonardo da Vinci of yours. And during this time, I learned something very interesting. Generation after generation of Grandmasters inherited this amulet. When the Order fell to the Pope's might, the Pope took it, and in time, he granted it to his successors, along with the power over the Ordo Justitialis. It's only a piece of metal, but it is a very powerful symbol. A symbol of supremacy over the Order, and I want it. And that means you, Giacomo, will get it for me. I don't care how you do it. But as I am an eternally gracious man, I'll give you a hint. In the Pope's study is a secret passage which will lead you directly to the amulet. Make one of your nannies help you. The monk was always in the Pope's good graces. He might finally be useful and maybe could even atone for getting you into this mess, don't you think? But that's your problem. As well as getting out of this cage. And don't forget The amulet for the glove, piece for a piece. When you get it, I'll let you know where we will meet again. This is a token of my goodwill. We will see each other soon. It was a pleasure doing business with you, Giacomo.
It seems like a pretty top bloke. And he is right. Those other two just drinking away and eating their corn on the cob. Well, I'm slaving away here with correct ratios. Alright, what have we here? I do like wee puzzle boxes. This one doesn't seem to like me much, though. Buttons to press. Red, purple, nothing, nothing. More buttons. White, purple. Just white. What if I do it in order? Red, then white, then where's green? What could it all mean? Ah, perhaps I need to move the little Y thing around. None of them seem to do green. Do you do green? No, you just move this thing around. What, oh, what does green? None of these buttons. Unless I meant to mix colors to make green, but I would hope not. I'm not good at color mixing. Aha, there were more on the bottom. I actually tried to pan the thing to the bottom, but couldn't get down there. Now we make do with the white. Then the red. There you go. Open you up. And some barbell lifter. Special key. Special key for special people. God, is that really a key? Looks like some kind of torture device. Let's special our way out of here somehow. Anything around here look like it needs a key? the size of items can be really hard to understand at a glance. Right, let's enjoy our freedom. It was probably a good decision at the game to make us some withered old man. Make it a lot more believable that we couldn't just wrench those bars clean off.
Now we must wait before they present us. I would be calmer if Leonardo was with us here, but we couldn't possibly include him as the Order knows him well. And according to Borgia, they are beholden to the Pope. At least we will attract less attention. We must still be careful though. Julius II is cunning as a fox. I indeed know him from before, when he was but a cardinal. He was always straight hard and never afraid to use his brilliant mind to fulfill his goals. Did you know that when he became Pope, He confessed that his new name is not in honor of St. Julius, as most cardinals expected, but after Julius Caesar. He is a good man, and was the situation different, he would make a great ally. It seems we have a few moments, so let's go over our plan, yeah? After I tell the Pope why I came, he will surely want to speak to me privately. Hopefully outside his study. In the meantime, you will have to get there and find the passage leading to the amulet. I will try to distract him for as long as possible, but you must return to the audience room before we are back. I can't wait for this to be over. I'm as nervous as a cat. Just a quick prayer to St. Francis. Or rather, maybe to all the saints. I hope God will forgive me this ruse against my old friend.
Luca Bartolomeo de Pacioli with an escort. The Holy Father expects you.
Garb of a Franciscan, face of a rascal. This could only be Luca Pacioli. It's a pleasure to meet you again, old friend.
Holy Father, you honor me greatly by making time for me. Allow me to introduce my pupil and protege, Giacomo of Ferrara.
This is your pupil? Boy, you should regard your teacher highly. He is a wise man, even if he lacks seriousness. But as Dr. Angelicus said, of all the soul's passions, sorrow is the most harmful to the body. You are surely aware that many duties stem from my station, and I'll have to apply to them by the time the bells toll evening Angelus. But until that time, you have my full attention. I heard you have important news for me. What is it?
Your Excellency, I heard about the righteous struggle you lead against the Borgia family. Maybe I could do my part to help, turning the proverbial wheel of justice?
Not here, my friend. Let us go for a walk through the gardens. There you can tell me everything.
Giacomo, you wait here. This is only for the Pope to know.
In the meantime, boy, you can pass the time reading. I'm sure you will find a book that will interest you.
Righto. Could have just taken him out there and then, but as the guy said, we're much too much of a wimp, right? Ooh. Nice bookmark. Always found me rather strange that Christians use a cross as the symbol of their faith. So yes, let's use the thing that killed our Messiah. Well, just seems in poor taste. God, all these paintings looking at me, judging me for the crimes I'm about to commit on the Holy Father. You see, it was the spear that killed Christ, so the cross is okay. Well, that's so. Maybe we should wear a spear around the neck. The cross represents the sins of humanity being taken on by Jesus so that we may be forgiven. That sounds like a load of baloney. Right, what are we going to open up with you? Can't Jimmy the lock open? Or can I? It's a makeshift screwdriver. Of course. Alright, alright. Can I take this off? Don't seem to be able to open her up. What did that even achieve? Perhaps there's something else that I can screw around with. It's the symbol of a struggle, not a murder device, Jake. Oh yeah, sure. That's what they say about the Iron Maiden. Oh, this can still be used here? What in the... Oh, wait. The chronosphere. There we go. Good Lord, continuing to help those who help themselves. And we'll just leave that there, so anyone can know what we've been up to. Yeah, no highlight function in this game, at least not that I'm aware of. But your cursor will change on things that you can investigate on, usually. Like so. Need yet another cross-shaped thing to shove into Julius's chest there. Someone broke your wee toy. Everything went according... Okay, so we're actually writing down our conspiracy against the Pope. Okay. This will be used as evidence against us. I bet this is for Julius. If we can just poke you out. Yeah, there we go. And jam that right into his chest. Ooh, can play chess. Against nothing. I can also make illegal moves. Who's gonna stop me? Awesome. SPQR. It's real subtle, isn't it? Okay. All those books that the Pope boy told me to read. I think I performed admirably at chess for a complete newbie. What have we here? Last remnants of Borgia stench finally banished. Whose side are we even on here? I'm actually at a loss for what our part in this tall tale even is. Also, considering that these two seem to be friends, I'm surprised we couldn't just, you know, ask the Pope for some help. We're really going places. Alright, up's the daisy. Last time we ascended a flight of stairs, we almost got cut down, so have a look around for scythe-like objects. I mustn't forget to take advantage of the view. Maybe I can spot something that I missed earlier. I doubt I missed anything. Alright, something stuck in the bird cage. Let's change that. Suspiciously fast progress being made here, but everything seems rather simple so far. Okay, time for a game of 16th century battleship. What is this? What is this? I think we have to move all of these pieces onto the central area so that they can be moved down. Yes. Do love me some good slider puzzles, right? Oh, I was actually hoping that would continue on. That was rather trivial. One, two, three, four. God, how many puzzles like that have I just brute forced where I could have used the chronosphere? Alright, chess piece. What could all of this mean? I mustn't forget to take advantage for a second. Da-da-da-da. Is it all one big slider puzzle of its own? I don't know, but at least I wrote it down. And the setting makes me want to play Dominions 5 M.A. Marignon. Just checking out the Tertio guy and the monk and the cardinal. Well, he's not a cardinal anymore now, is he? Right, can we deploy the chess piece? You know, it kind of looks like what we're standing on here right now, doesn't it? There's a little horse piece over here. Stairway here, Julius here. One way or the other. Problem is, what place is where? What does that even mean? Here's the rook. There's Caesare face. But where relative does it go here? Don't know. Only there was some kind of number etched into the floor to help me out. Perhaps my little sphere thing will show something off. Ah! Some more Italian representation. Cheers, Vino Paolo. Loved your trucking VOD. Been lurking in the shadows. Great work as of late, Jake. Well, cheers. What does this mean? What could it all... Hang on, hang on. Look at that. F3? C3? Ah, all makes sense now. Did we write that in here? Not really. But I saw it. The chronosphere is not a hint system, it's a different layer to the puzzle. Sometimes you can't see something, and then this will reveal spaces where you step through time or hidden letters and such. Managed to make me forget what I was looking at. So we have F3 and C3, so it's all relative to here. You're there, that places you here and here and... Oh, I had it. That's F3. Oh, F3. Yes. Three, right? There we go. See? Easy as that. We're taking command now. No, take it out. That thing's probably worth a fortune. Ooh, there might be even more riches down here. See, why was there no Payday 2 thing where we're robbing the Pope? I can get behind that, although it would probably be poorly made. So many gimmicky Payday 2 maps later on in development. Like, how many of the later maps did they want to use the whole take this piece of scotch tape and get a fingerprint on it routine? Ugh, just give me more shadow rating. As silly as it was, I would love a secret room like this where I lived. The first EU4 castle party thing, what were they called again? I don't know, castle LAN parties. The first one was done in a castle, had all these hidden passageways, and they were great fun to run around in, because we were actually spaced apart a lot, and you had to run over to physically do diplomacy with people. Okay, Chronosphere, help me out here. What could it all mean? Really, what could this all mean? Ooh. Jeez, okay. You lost me, father. Unless I meant to make them all say KKK. I do not know what's expected of me here. These lines don't seem to obviously line up with each other. I suppose this one comes out like so. Okay. Yes. So surely we want to do a similar thing with the red part. I'm glad that first one rolled in the way it did, otherwise I would be a very lost man here. Can we just go straight down? Of course we can. Very elaborate lock system you have here, Your Holiness. The Star of David doing here? That's the Hebrew sign, right? Now, who is the David fellow? Your devoted monk Salim Bin, 1230, that's old. Jesus was Jewish. And why'd the Jews kill him? There's so much I don't know from 2,000 years ago. Okay, I don't know why that worked, but it worked. My very own metal shrine model thing. Could I perhaps put it to use down here? Slider puzzle of sorts. Okay, don't know what to do with you. Perhaps we can work elsewhere. Like you! This looks mighty. Can I shove this in here? Can I shove anything in it? No. Yeah, Bangladeshi man with his hammer would make short work of that. In fact, once we're done with this, probably once we've cleared this chapter or some similar amount of progress, we will take a short interim so I can grab some lunch. I need power coursing through my veins to swing that hammer, and we're going to break apart a couple of ships. Damn games always putting black voids up the skirts. Right, what can be done then? None of this seems interactable. Although I swear I saw... Okay, no, it's only taking me over to this thing again, and once more, we cannot make use of it. Nothing else to do with anything apart from the strange offering table that we have here. So what do we do? Is this key meant to be lodged into something? No, they have another key for me, but none of these seem to move around. There's just not enough... Or is there? You stay there, don't you? Okay. In goes another holy key. Sensor. Maybe now it can be hanged from here. Point of honor. Point of order, Bengali man. It's Bangladeshi man. Right. Don't have any items anymore. And peering through the eye of God does not help me. At least not so far. Something's keeping the cover. Well, use some brute force. Oh, that's right, we're playing as decrepit old man here. We don't have much to live for, evidently, so I don't know why we continue to struggle. Perhaps we want these riches. Live out our golden years. What is that? Is that like bone of Christ in there? Come on, I want this. Looks shiny. Something's spinning around there, but it's hard to even see what. Ah. Is this really a puzzle? Winkler. I gotta construct some kind of hose here. Nay, sure, but I doubt it goes in here. Yeah, That doesn't seem right. Oh, I'm just breaking everything today, Dissident. Just getting in the mood for ship breaking. First I break His Holiness. Then I break his ships. The whole fleet. I plug you in here? No, a sprinkler system built into the picture would make anti-sense. I don't think we're done here, though. A sprinkler part? What was that meant to mean? Why did Da Vinci build 3 houses? Your guess is as good as mine. I played the first one and didn't particularly enjoy it. I skipped the second one, but something came over me and told me to pick up the third one. And I'm glad I did. This game's been pretty good. It's not been amazing. It's been far too much of a hidden object game and far too little of a puzzle game. But I found it quite impressive. Certainly loving all the little contraptions, the way they move, the way they sound, all the texturing's really nice. The character models less so. But who plays a game like this for its astounding character models? Where am I meant to shove my sprinkler piece into? I don't even know what can be done with this, but I doubt the... What is that? It looks like an angel with a bag of eggs. Instructing humanity that they must eat every last one of them. No, that kind of looked like I could investigate this further. Yeah, there we go. Oh, there we go! See, that's what I mean by it feels more like a hidden object game. There wasn't a puzzle to solve there, it was just notice that you can click up top there. Almost like that was the hidden part. Let's alert the guards to us being there, and... this isn't Jesus's at all! It's St. John's, apparently. I mean, do they ever verify these pieces? Surely we have the technology to confirm this. I mean, they don't let you check the ancient tombs in China for fear of what might be discovered. It's amazing what can lie undiscovered just a few dozen feet from where hundreds of people pass through every day. What? Some old bone. What am I meant to do with this? Kind of perverse, isn't it? Holding on to these relics of people. Just let them be. Can I shove you into here? No. I'm at a true loss what I'm meant to do with this relic. It's got a pointy end bit, but I can't think of any narrow bits I've needed to... Maybe I'm meant to shatter this open, start using the bone to, I don't know, pick some locks? I can't turn my back. My time is limited. I need to reveal the mystery of the secret chamber. I'd rather reveal the mystery of the missing hot pot recipe at this rate. Then again, who wouldn't? Maybe I can, like, prise this thing open with the relic? Like a very sacrilegious way of using the Doom Sphere? No. Was it called Doom Sphere? The Devil Sphere? that highly radioactive sphere that they keep that dome cover on with a flat-headed screwdriver. That's what I'm thinking of, at least. I tried the hot pot recipe after the Dom 5 stream I did. I regret it so much. It didn't seem like all that bad of a recipe. I would have imagined I could just poke that little hole there and have something happen, but no. The Demon Core, that's it. Demon. Oh, you mean you tried the game? Did you stream it? If so, I would have sadly missed that. I'm always keen to see more people try their hand at the missing hot pot recipe. I often revere it as the greatest punishment game we've ever had on the channel. It is one of the very few games that I gave a 5-star punishment rating to. It was agonizing. And people think, how could a hidden object game be that agonizing? Oh, such a naive opinion to have. I would know I had it once myself. Why in the world am I about to rub this relic up against? I was convinced that it can't be that bad, and it was as bad as it was made out to be. Was it more agonizing than the Zelda Super Metroid Randomizer? Yes. I think they both enjoy having 5 stars on the on my rating scale, but not all stars are equal. So the thing about Legend of Zelda Metroid Randomizer was that I knew what I was getting in for. I knew both the games fairly well. Well, obviously not how to play them very well, but I knew what they were about. So you kind of brace your body for it. It's like when you're falling off of a bicycle. It's like, I know what's about to happen here. This is going to hurt, but at least I can brace myself for it. But I wouldn't know how to brace myself in, say, a free-falling aeroplane. And the mystery of the missing hot pot recipe was that proverbial free-falling aeroplane. What in God's name do I do here? Got this relic, but no obvious place to jam it in. I must unearth the mystery of all of it. Maybe I might just put it back. No? Okay. Can't investigate this further. I think we've done what we can do with you. It's strange that this can still be investigated, but I can't interact with it anyway, nor can I... Thank you, double-clicking... Freaking this mouse! I cannot wait to replace this mouse. Well, I say I cannot wait. I haven't ordered the replacement yet. I'm gonna jump ship and see what that Asus mouse is like. Something keeps the cover on. Maybe I can go around here. Oh, look at this thing looking a little loose there. Little loosey-goosey. Hey, alright, enjoy this relic. That seems so sacrilege. Okay, right, give me the shiny shell. At least when we had one of these in Paradox, we hid booze inside it. No, can't put the shiny shell in here. Very well, I'll put it on the painting. Seems quite fitting, it already has shiny shells in the corner. Oh, getting bigger and shinier goods. Medallion of Dawn. Alright, well we know where you go. It's not sacrilege if the relic is fake. Probably is. Did Paradox have 3 shells? I don't know what you mean. What is this?
That day, God sent Paul II a vision, and he saw where his enemy was hiding. The Pope has called all the devoted to God and the Church, for the time of reckoning has come.
What could it all mean? I recall George W. Bush saying that God spoke to him. Don't recall him saying what God said, though. What is this meant to mean? This is on the American dollar, isn't it? The eye on the pyramid. I've never understood the meaning behind it. Don't understand the meaning behind this. It says 3, but then it says 1 and 3. Is this some kind of papal minesweeper? I can move these. I think it might actually be. Oh, it is. Oh, good lord, it is. Okay. So 3 and how can I have this 3 and this 1? Well, obviously by moving more over here. 3, 3, 1. You're meant to be 2, so I'll put you there. 1, 1. 2, 1. Easy. Ancient game. It's the all-seeing eye representing the Holy Trinity. That's the Father, the Son, and the something something. Holy Spirit? I don't know what jollies you get out of being like clockwork and telling us about the Friday Factorio facts, but I will check it out probably when I grab my lunch. The Holy Ghost. No, it was definitely the Holy Spirit. Went to a fairly religious school. Was it religious or was it just for the time? Anyway, we had to say prayer in the morning. Say grace before lunch. And I always recall it being the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Give us today our daily bread, and forgive us our something, so that we might something something. Amen. We had the priest of the kirk come by every now and then to hand out Bibles and tell us a story about God or Jesus or something. I was a very cynical child, so it was kind of in one ear and out the other for me. A ceremonial plate. Okay. Even as a child, hell, especially as a child, if it wasn't to do with video games, I did not really care. Forgive us our lack of greed. No, I'm pretty sure it was not forgive us our lack of greed. Give us today our daily bread and our daily spirits, the Scottish religion. It's all very pragmatic. Okay, what can we make of any of this? Spinning you right round like a record. Feels like I need another cog there to complete the system. Yeah. Maybe you get slotted in here. Oh, that was more simplistic than I'd imagined. Oh lord, what do we have here? Yet another infinity gauntlet. Ah, but there's our cog. It's the arm of Jesus. Alright, let's spin you around. What do we get out of this? Any little bells going? God, did Da Vinci create all this as well? So it's got his stench all over it.
Paul II led Christ's faithful to cleanse the sins of Ordo Justitalis. Before the noise of battle died down, the cowardly members of the Order destroyed the gate to the Temple of Wisdom.
It seems like I'm making some little stairway to heaven up here. Maybe if I... Yeah, obviously I'm too old and brittle to be climbing up here, but once the stairway's made, maybe I can go up there and, I don't know, steal his hat? Steal his spear? Wait a second, spear? Spear's killed Christ. Are you Roman? Okay, are we playing more Minesweeper? Maybe. What in the world is this all about then? There are circles, there are squares. Okay. But why? What do the numbers on it all mean? Even if I moved all the squares onto squares and the circles onto circles, would the numbers make sense? Instincts tell me no. There we go, we get squares and squares and circles on circles, but... what about the numbers? I have no idea. Five and two, 2 and 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 2, 4 and 3, 3 and 4, 2 and 5, 2 and 2, 2 and 2, 2 and 2, 4. So everything goes between 2 and 5, no 1s, no 6s. Can't seem to do anything other than you, so it's all self-contained. Squares are on squares, circles are on circles. Doesn't seem to be much of an ordering though, does there? Unless I meant to add them up. 4, 4, 4. Okay, no, I thought maybe it was like 2 along, 2 up or down, but that makes even less sense considering it goes to 5 on a 4x4 grid. And there's no 1. These ones are already in place. Is that meant to mean something? I have no clue, but while you stare at this, I'm going to take a quick water break. I'll be back in a moment. Does that clear the head? Not enough. What could it all mean? I mean, these are all 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. What am I meant to make of that? Maybe the numbers should be in ascending order. Which numbers? Ascending in which direction? What order? I'm not sure if that passes the puzzle criteria. Do we have all the information that we need? These don't spin around or anything. Maybe all the rows and columns should add up to the same. But which numbers do we count? Maybe both of them. There's nothing to indicate that, though. Maybe they're fractions. 2 over 2. Yeah, 5 halves. 2.5. I have no clue. It would take a long time to brute force all of these. A hell of a long time. No, we need to know how this all works. What's that one thing we say in these situations? Everything you need to solve this puzzle is in front of you. Well, since this is going nowhere fast, I think the correct thing to do is refresh our memory on what exactly a puzzle is. Come on, Euristo, where's that magic? Do I have them under my webm highlights? I don't think I do. Oh Christ, who's got Euristo's take on puzzles? I can't believe it's not in my highlights folder. Should the numbers be touching the same numbers? And Orbulon gives a clue to location. Orbulon. We're calling this Orbulon. Not even sure what counts as adjacencies here, but maybe that would, right? Yeah, there's no 4 to connect to you though, and I can't spin these around. Maybe it's about adding the adjacent pieces. 2 and 2 equals 4. Maybe. Yeah, to the side I'm trying to find the clip of True Leveler and his take on puzzles.
Where's our manager at?
Yeah, no, not that. How could he do this? How could he not keep that clip available? Oh, I think I found it.
So you are correct. You are absolutely correct. I have all the information that I need right here. Because, you see, it wouldn't be a puzzle, right, if they didn't give you the information that you needed. So, you know, by definition, I would have to have all the information that I needed in order to complete the puzzle, right? That is necessarily true for it to be a puzzle. All right, Max? But that isn't a helpful thing to say, because I know that I have the information. It's taking the information that is on there and using it in a way that arrives at the conclusion that I need to arrive at. That's the part. You could almost say that is the puzzle. You know, that is the part where the puzzle happens. That's where the magic happens, right? I know all the information is there. I'm aware of that. Now we need to use the information in order to arrive at the correct outcome.
Thank you, Euristo. That's what we all needed to hear. But I don't have all the information that I need. What am I meant to make of this? I have no clue. Now it all makes sense. I see it now, says Neefington. Oh, damn. If Neefington is out braining me here, that can't be good. I think it's dominoes combined with a sliding puzzle. Dominoes means the same numbers have to be adjacent. Do I even have that though? Because we've got the 4 here. There is no way I can see to match the 4 next to you. We have a 3, a 3, a 2, a 2, and a 5. We've got a similar situation up here with the 4. Yeah, it is also true that we have a circle here and a square here and a square here in the circle. Well, what does that tell me? A whole lot of not much. Four inside a circle. Maybe that's meant to say that you are meant to be adjacent to only things that add up to 4, which would be these 3. Let's roll with that piece of logic. Meaning I need to get you over here some way, somehow. Alright, 4, 4, 4, and 4. Yes. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, that doesn't make much sense, because if you've got a square with a 2 in it. Well, we don't have anything that adds up to 2 now, do we? I have no idea what's being asked of me here. Not in the slightest. And unfortunately this is not very brute forceable because of the sheer number of combinations I'd be at it all day. You don't have some leftover gunpowder for some brute force solving, and sadly not. Should have kept some for this. It's like each of the numbers means they need to be adjacent to a certain number of squares and circles. True enough, we did just have a minesweeper thing. That could work. That means you want to be adjacent to 4 circles. Well, we've got 4 circles right here. You want to be adjacent to 4 squares. We've got 4 squares right here. Alright, that sounds really good actually. You need to be adjacent to 5 squares. Well, that would only work here, so you need to be over there. Okay. You're gonna have 2 squares and 2 circles. That works out fine. Okay. You need to not be there. Lordy, why did it have to be a slider puzzle? 2 squares, 2 circles for you is correct. 2 circles, 2 squares is also needed here, so 2 and 2. 1, 2, 3, and 4. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3. So yes, you there. 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. There we go. Whew. Adjacencies, of course. Was there anything there indicating that it was on adjacencies? No. Boy, this is going to make breaking apart ships feel all that more cathartic when we get around to it. But I owe a great debt to Aristocrat, aka True Leveler. Thanks to him, we were able to ascertain that that was indeed not a puzzle, because we did not have all the information. All-seeing eye, fish. Wait, why do those match up? Can I push more buttons? Oh, ooh, okay. Eye, fish, fish, eye. Chronosphere reveals nothing. Eye, fish, fish, cross, eye, fish, fish, cross, cross, eye. Easy. The redstone bust. Oh, okay. Oh, I can't take much credit for that. I did see someone in chat say the word adjacencies. That got the noggin jogging enough. James, just how many secrets they have down here. Who sets all these up? I believe my predecessor Gregory the Ninth was a little hasty in his judgment about Friedrich II and the Gate. From Pope Paul II in 1465. Something about a hole in the ground. Can I have that? Could I offer you something in exchange for that? I need some sort of key instrument here, you know, just one flatbread screwdriver would solve half of these puzzles, I swear. Do you want a replacement bauble? No? Okay. I can still see something back there. Oh, I thought that was a chronosphere helping out. It was not. Anything else to pay attention to over here? I need another dial, probably the dial of the evening, to go into there. What is not being done? Perhaps the red bust can be set somewhere here. Oh, actually, I have a funny feeling the red bust can fit right in here. I wouldn't have thought about that, except I saw the other bust. Oh, good lord. Keeping corpses down here now. This is one twisted faith. Just seal the tiny man back away in his little tomb. Alright. Oh, it's not nighttime yet, it's only dusk. Yeah, that was Farquaad in there, sure.
The order fell before the Pope's power, but he was merciful, as the Lord teaches us. And so Ordo Justitalis became an instrument in the hands of the faithful, as it should have been from the beginning.
Does the faith really teach to be merciful? I'm pretty sure the Bible is full of vengeance and senseless killing. Maybe they distributed a different Bible in Scotland. Right, what do we have here? Something to do with the machine before it's ready to be turned on. Okay. Now that I've prevented Jake from being stuck for an hour, it's time for bed. Oh well, schlaf gut, Tarkin. What now? Oh god, all these symbols. I meant to be paying attention to them. Perhaps it was one of the miraculous Ordo things brought back from the expedition in the Temple of Wisdom. Someone must have put enormous effort into understanding the machine's function. Could I just climb up these stairs? Yeah, there we go. Let's rip this out of your chest. Ah, there's the item that we're sent here to get, or else Crossbowman's going to be unhappy with us. There must be something that causes it to dislodge. God, just give me my hammer. So, what is this? Am I meant to put some kind of order here? I can still see the symbols over there. And there are ones behind me too. But what order? There's the all-seeing eye and the kneeling people. Meant to be in the order of which we see it from here. And then behind me there's the sword to the left and what looks like a broken mountain to the right. And then the other side, what's that, like a Pope hat and a steeple thing and heart being held? Well, it doesn't like that. That was barely an idea and I'm already all out of them. Did we draw them somewhere? If only, man. We had plenty of time to be doing doodles here. Our friar friend must be blethering the ear off of the other chap. Can I go and look at these things? Perhaps there's some deeper meaning to it all. No. Perhaps we're not meant to put in what we see, but perhaps what you see. And you would see that first. Does that really make any sense, though? Does any of it make any sense? There are these little arrows to the side. Not sure if that tells us much of anything, though. Oh well, what's he gonna see? Leftmost is gonna see the papal hatty thing. Then you're gonna see the little hearty thing, and then broken thing, then sword. And then, I don't know, these in some direction. No, it's not that either. Well, what in the world do I do here? Maybe I meant to stand up and look around from here and enjoy the majesty? No, my view is locked. If I can get anything out of these pictures, though. Good thing we're not on an actual timer, could you imagine? I wouldn't know where to start with this. It's not like when we're swimming around underwater in Nancy Drew and the 7 ships, reading Abandoned Keys. God sent a vision. Or hold on. There are 6 scenes, right? 6 scenes and 6 things to slot around. A vision of the enemy. Called the devoted. What do we have as a vision? I mean, this is kind of like a vision. The all-seeing eye. And then you are the devotees. Vision. Devotees. The faithful in cleansing. Well, that sounds like swordy stabby time. Before the noise of battle died down, cowardly members destroyed the gate. So this looks like a pretty destroyed gate. And then it'll be some order for these last 2.
Vision. Congregation. Siege. Destruction. Vision. Congregation. Siege. Destruction. Mercy. Fulfillment.
Hope we don't have to reset all this stuff. Alright, we got a new chapter, but I'm not having any of that. We're going to save this for later. Or are we? We're going to play some stuff out? I want to save that for later. Ah, there we go. It remembers where I'm at, right? No doubt. Excellent. Okay, we'll continue this on once more a wee bit later on. For now, though, I'm going to take a wee break, grab some lunch, and then with the power of lunch flowing through me, we're going to swing that hammer and break apart a few more ships, because I just can't seem to get enough of Ship Graveyard Simulator.